Hello and welcome to Race 6 of the 2020 season simulation in NASCAR Racing 2003. This week, Ryan Newman is on the pole with Truex on his outside. Then Busch and Reddick make up row 2. Row 3 is Clint Bowyer, Eric Almirola. Row 4 is Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin. And finally, row 5, William Byron, Chris Buescher. 2 Roush cars in the top 10. It's quite an improvement for them. The Roush car, of course, taking them down to the green flag. Ryan Newman, the Rocket Man, on the pole. As they come to get the green, the 6 car gets the jump. We'll drag the 18 through inside of the 19, and they are headed off for turn 1 at Homestead. This race obviously in a different spot than usual. So used to it being the championship race, but that's ISM. Phoenix this year. Kyle Busch fighting with Martin Truex Jr. to move up in the second early. Busch has not been running well lately, but Busch would fall back, and then it would be Tyler Reddick on the high side. Not shocking to see the 8 car running the top. He was so good in the Xfinity Series at this track, won 2 championships with this as a championship race, and he's right up next to the wall and making time, running second already. So you finally get the 19 clear, but a few laps later, Martin Truex Jr. charges back to the inside and pulls ahead. Now we'll see if the 19 can chase down that 6 car of Ryan Newman, who's seeming to be really good on the short run, but kind of off for everything else. Just everyone's queued up behind him. You see second place has changed hands again. It would do that quite a few more times. Just whoever would get the run and fail to pass Newman would lose the spot. There's quite a few cars queued up there. Kevin Harvick would finally get the run off the wall and get up to Newman's bumper. Eventually he'd be able to get to the inside in turn 3 and fight to try and get him clear coming off of turn 4, and he would. He would go to the lead right away, late in the stage, and it was all Kevin Harvick from there. He would take stage 1. Newman in second, Hamlin in third. Starting stage 2, Kevin Harvick pulls out to a massive lead early. You can barely see second place coming into the back of the frame. It's still Ryan Newman. There's 3 cars queued up behind him, wanting by. They would all clear him eventually, but it was way too late to have any chance making anything happen. Looked like Kevin Harvick would take this stage until Bubba Wallace has a mechanical failure and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has nowhere to go. He piles in. You see it right here. Bubba trying to get up out of the way, probably lacking control, and it's just game over. After this, pit stops came around, finally. Not under green as usual. We've seen a lot of green flag pit stops. Order wouldn't really change much, but changes a strategy for this race. The 6th race of the season, it's the first time we've seen caution flag pit stops. The restart, 2003 rules, of course. Kevin Harvick trying to get clear of lap traffic and hope that maybe everyone else gets caught up. Truex trying to follow him through. Truex probably has the better short run car because Harvick really struggled to get to the lead in stage 1. It was very late that he finally did. And everyone got hung up a little bit with the 51 car except for those front 2, and Truex would again have a little better short run car. Get to the inside of that 4 car and fight to clear him off of turn 2. That's the challenge, of course, is if you can't get clear, you're in big trouble as far as side draft. But Truex would have no problem doing it, and he would take stage 2. Stage 2, uneventful for the first 15 laps, but the last 5 were very packed. Starting stage 3, Truex drives away like Harvick did in stage 2. Harvick, cars queuing up behind him, just the car didn't ever seem to come in for him like it did last time. Total of 5 cars right there, William Byron hanging back, and then Kyle Busch decides to be brave to the top 3 wide, and he gets a mega run off the corner. He tries it again the next time through. This time for second, he's 3 wide for second around the top. And has no trouble getting through and getting cleared. It's a great move by the 18. He's hungry for a win. About 20 points behind the cut line. Riding along with Kyle Busch here. Kevin Harvick, see right there, it's a replay by the way, pushed right up to that blue wall, makes the run, and just Harvick can't stop it. It's a huge run, and he would close the gap to Truex really quick. The fastest car on the racetrack, the second fastest car on the racetrack, was that 8 car. But Reddick just could not be consistent. Logano was more consistent, and he would move up to 3rd, also faster than Truex, closing the gap. Then Busch tries the same move, up to the top, not quite as high as last time, a little more conservative. Get to the long side, to that right rear quarter panel, and he's going to get even going into turn 1, but just not able to make it work. Must have gotten tight, perhaps, I don't know, but definitely an idea that Busch knows might work, and he tries it again. This time running closer to the wall and a more aggressive line, and he's able to make it work. He gets by and goes to the lead right away. Really, there was no challenge for the remaining 9 laps. The only issue that Busch could have as he came to take the white flag was lap traffic. 2 lap cars were right in front of him, but he does a great job. Leaves plenty of room, doesn't push the issue at all. He gets through lap traffic cleanly. Kyle Busch, before this race, was behind the cut line. Struggling through the season, not a single top 5, few top 10s. He really needed a good race, and he came to Homestead, where the last race here he did win because he won the 2019 championship at this racetrack. He manages to get the job done. Kyle Busch will take victory at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Behind him, Martin Truex Jr., who's having a great year so far, but once again comes up a little bit short. Only the 1 win to show for it. But by no means is that a bad thing. A solid year so far. Busch gets to burn it down at Homestead, though. He just wishes that this was championship number 3, but no, it's only the 6th race of the season. On to the points picture. Kyle Busch has moved from the cut line up to 5th, which has shifted things around and put Cole Custer on the cut. Alex Bowman, Christopher Bell, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on the outside looking in, but it's still very early. You can see Busch, his stats don't match up that well. 1 top 10 compared to the 6 of Martin Truex Jr., but he's locked in anyway. Well, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next week.